For camera enthusiasts, there are moments that redefine the industry, those rare launches that don't simply iterate on the past but challenge the very definition of what a camera can be. The rumored Nikon Z6 IV appears to be shaping up as one of these rare milestones. After years of hybrid-focused evolution in Nikon's Z6 line, the industry is buzzing over leaks suggesting the Z6 IV might push past compromises, delivering both professional photography performance and cinematic video capabilities in one accessible package. This potential release has the community speculating, could the Nikon Z6 IV finally deliver flagship-level performance in a mid-tier body? To understand why anticipation for the Nikon Z6 IV is so high, it helps to reflect on its predecessor. The Z6 III was widely regarded as a versatile hybrid camera, capable of both professional stills and high-quality video. Yet, like any previous generation, it had its limits. One of the most discussed issues was resolution. While the 24.5-megapixel sensor delivered excellent speed and responsiveness, it left some photographers wanting more detail, especially as competitors increasingly offered sensors with 33 megapixels or higher in this class. This made cropping a little restrictive and limited flexibility for high-resolution applications, from landscape photography to large-format print work. Dynamic range was another area where the predecessor shined in some respects but fell short in others. The partially stacked sensor design allowed for exceptional burst performance and video readout speed but introduced slight shadow noise at base ISO. Landscape photographers and detail-oriented shooters noted that while the design favored action and video, it could compromise the subtleties in highlight recovery and mid-tone gradation. Thermal management, although improved over the initial Z6, still posed challenges during long 6K RAW video sessions. The electronic viewfinder, bright and accurate, consumed significant battery power, forcing shooters to carry extras. Even smaller design choices, like the tilt versus fully articulating screen, sparked debates among bloggers and hybrid shooters, important considerations that limited the camera's appeal for some. These constraints weren't deal-breakers. They didn't prevent the Z6 II from being a remarkable tool, but they represented the fine print in what was otherwise a highly capable hybrid camera. The photography community had come to accept these trade-offs as the price of balancing speed, video, and image quality. However, with the rumored Nikon Z6 IV, it appears Nikon is taking a more ambitious approach, addressing these compromises head-on. Early rumors indicate the Nikon Z6 IV could be the first mid-tier Z-series camera to incorporate technology from Nikon's Red Digital Cinema acquisition. This is more than just color science tweaks or new LUTs, it represents a fundamental overhaul in internal processing, color accuracy, and cinematic workflow. Central to this upgrade is the anticipated 33.3-megapixel fully stacked CMOS sensor. This jump in resolution simultaneously addresses the long-standing resolution versus speed debate, allowing photographers to crop more aggressively while maintaining readout speeds fast enough to minimize rolling shutter artifacts, a critical improvement for hybrid shooters who move seamlessly between stills and video. The brains behind the Nikon Z6 IV are rumored to include the Xe8 processor, enabling predictive AI autofocus. This system goes beyond standard subject tracking, it anticipates movement and understands human intent, prioritizing critical points like a bride's eyes in a crowded scene or tracking birds in flight before they leave the frame. Such AI-driven autofocus promises to elevate both photography and video tracking, making the Z6 IV an especially powerful tool for wedding photographers, wildlife shooters, and action videographers. Video capabilities are where the Nikon Z6 IV could truly stand out. Leaks suggest support for internal 6K open gate at 60p and uncropped 4K at 120p, delivering cinematic quality footage without the need for external recording. Red-inspired color science, including optimized skin tones, would allow creators to achieve polished footage straight out of the camera, minimizing time-consuming post-production corrections. Ergonomically, Nikon seems to be testing a new multi-flex hinge design, offering a fully articulating flip screen for vloggers and a rugged tilt for still photographers, uniting versatility with professional usability. Storage and thermal design have reportedly been carefully considered. Dual CF Express Type-B slots, alongside external SSD recording support, could allow simultaneous recording for redundancy in high-performance workflows. Advanced internal cooling, possibly an evolution of the S1H-inspired active fan system, would maintain long-form shooting without throttling, while still maintaining a sealed, dust-resistant body. Stabilization improvements are also anticipated, combining optical and electronic enhancements to allow smoother handheld operation, essential for run-and-gun filmmaking or documentary work. The Nikon Z6 IV isn't just about specs on paper. Rumors suggest refinements in EVF and LCD technology, including faster refresh rates, better color accuracy, and low latency, elements that matter more for video composition than sheer megapixel counts. Nikon seems intent on producing a camera that feels substantial in the hand, yet remains portable, bridging the gap between enthusiast and professional without sacrificing ergonomics or usability. Button layout, tactile feedback, and user interface improvements further contribute to a more intuitive and flexible shooting experience, particularly when transitioning between stills and video in real time. Naturally, such ambition carries strategic risks. The community's excitement is tempered by concerns that if the Nikon Z6 IV is too capable, it could cannibalize sales of Nikon's higher-tier Z8. For instance, if the Z6 IV delivers 33 megapixels, advanced autofocus, and internal 6K RAW capabilities at a sub-$3,000 price point, enthusiasts may question the need to invest in a more expensive flagship. Historically, manufacturers have mitigated this by limiting certain features or controlling performance to preserve the premium model's market positioning. Pricing will be critical. Too high, and the camera loses its mid-tier appeal. Too low, and it may upset the balance of Nikon's full-frame ecosystem. Despite these concerns, Nikon's recent track record suggests the company is playing the long game. Their acquisition of Red Digital Cinema has already influenced models like the Nikon ZR, their first true digital cinema camera, which has resonated strongly with younger creators. Nikon's strategy appears focused on ecosystem growth, market volume, and cultivating a next-generation audience of hybrid shooters who expect both high-resolution photography and cinema-grade video in one package. With over 50 Nikkor Z lenses now available, Nikon has created a system that supports ambitious projects across photography and filmmaking alike. The Nikon Z6 IV could represent the culmination of this strategic shift. It appears to be a camera designed for creators who refuse to be boxed into a single role, whether as a still photographer, videographer, or hybrid storyteller. Wedding photographers, solo content creators, and small production teams could all benefit from its versatility. In conclusion, the momentum behind the Nikon Z6 IV is undeniable. Nikon has spent the last few years transforming from a company perceived as playing catch-up to one leading innovation in hybrid and cinema technologies. This camera could be the culmination of that journey, a tool designed for the modern creator, capable of excelling in both still photography and cinematic video, with predictive AI, high-speed processing, robust stabilization, and a versatile, ergonomic body. If the leaks prove accurate, the Nikon Z6 IV will not only redefine expectations for its line but also challenge competitors across the mirrorless market, signaling a bold new era for Nikon and for photographers and filmmakers alike.